Swift on them. You niggas be talking about me like they know me. Look, you turned your back on me. Dude ain't my homie, but fuck what they say, cause I had to keep going. I'm facing
like
it,
hide
I
from
could've
mother-
been gone.
some
The
of them
bitch in the
suits.
line, she wanted me only. I ain't surprised, don't wanna know why. My head to the sky, my heart on this corner. I'm from the north, I cut that shit short. I pray to the Lord, back then I was homeless.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy, the Sneaker Trapper, and I am glad to be back with another sneaker early to help you decide whether you want to cop or not when they do drop. And you already know we gonna get into that. But before we do, go ahead and do that shit your boy like. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like and comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see. And of course, I will get on top of that. And as always, sharing is caring. I know most of you are probably saying like, damn, it's been a minute since you've seen me in this capacity, you know, where it's a little more intimate, just me, myself, and I, and an early review sneaker. But of course, things have still been pretty damn crazy. And honestly, release dates are changing more than some of you are actually changing your underwear. But your boy was still able to weed through all of the bullshit and put those paws on something early. Most of you may already know what the sneaker is based on the box and the proximity, the time of which it's releasing. But if you don't, Jordan Brand has been putting a ton of sneakers in this particular OG box, and this one is the latest to be added. Let's dive in. The box reads Air Jordan 7 Retro White Varsity Purple. If you know, then you know this is the Air Jordan 7 Flint. When the Flint 7s were actually announced, like, honestly, I'm thinking to myself, like, did anybody ask for Flint 7s? Like, do we want Flint? Is there anybody out there who raised their hand when the question of do we want Flint 7s was asked? Like, is this for you? Because honestly, I'm not that excited. Arguably, the sneaker is actually dope. What I will say is I'd like to give Jordan Brand a pat on the back for having great materials all throughout 2021, but that would be a lie. I mean, we've already seen the debacle of like the pink bottomed Carmine 6s. We've seen like glue stains on some other releases. Like, everything is not what it should be. However, on this particular sneaker, one that we don't necessarily give that much of a shit about, they got it right. I don't see anyone actually taking an L on these. But let's dive in. Starting with the bottom of the sneaker and working our way to the top. Of course, you've got a tri-colored outsole, got a little bit of white, mainly in that Flint gray, and then some of the varsity purple. Oddly enough, the Flint gray, or whatever color the gray is that they want to call it, is not mentioned on the label. The only thing you have on the label is white and varsity purple. So even though these are Flint 7s, that Flint gray color is not mentioned at all on the colors on the label. Beats me. Either way, moving up from that sole, getting up to the midsole, you got a little bit of sole kind of comes up. That happens. We have the white and black here, mostly white on the midsole. Moving up from there, we get to the first little run of, damn. To say this is like a sneaker that I wasn't really like hunting for, the material is actually pretty decent on this. I just brushed the suede and it actually changed colors. And of course, I will do my best to give you guys the most up close and detailed looks of the sneaker to help you, decide what you want to do on release date when these drop. Moving up from there, man, we get into a little bit more of, the upper of the sneaker, where you have somewhat of a white kind of tumbled leather that is surrounding this pretty smooth, pretty buttery. I guess I wouldn't say buttery because it's not that thick suede, but this is actually, I mean, you can brush it and change it from light to dark. That is the sign of a decent, like suede. I mean, honestly, most of the suedes we were getting from Jordan Brand just didn't even feel like suede. They just felt like a, I don't know, a rough textured, like I guess a fake suede of some sort. But these are actually pretty decent. Moving up from there, man, we get to the patented part of a 7, which is more than likely the tongue. If you rock Jordan 7s, then you're a huge fan of the tongue. They usually get crazy with all the colors that are on the shoe. Put that there, and then you have large Air Jordan branding here on the tongue. People may not know it. This was actually the first Jordan to not see, a Nike sign, of course. So that is where you have what is considered to be like the first Air Jordan branding here, where you have the Air, and then of course it is between the Jordan name itself, which is a little bit larger. From there, we get over to the side here. You've got more of that Flint gray here, where you have a purple Jumpman logo. On the other side, the medial side, you do not have anything in that Flint gray area. Of course, that's to be expected. You have your pull tab here on the back, where you're able to grab that, put your thumb in that, and pull it on. And of course, 23 branding here in the Flint and varsity purple on the heel of this sneaker. I gotta be 100% like real with you guys. Like, I feel like if you want this sneaker and you try, you should be able to pick up this sneaker. Honestly, like I said, I wasn't really that crazy about it when I first saw it. They have grown on me a little bit more since I have them in hand. Of course, this is not my actual size, so I can't really just try it on and see how I feel about it. This is pictured, of course, a size 9 for those of you who care about the sizing of the particular shoe that you're seeing in the video. Again, I feel like you should be able to pick these up if you try. If you sleep, of course, you're gonna strike out on, pretty much anything. But right now, the game's starting to level out. We just had a ton of huge releases, including, a bunch of University 1s, 4s. We had Hyper Royals. We've had a year that has been jam-packed with a ton of banging releases so far. And this is probably one of the lesser anticipated releases. Not to say that the sneaker is garbage or there's nothing dope about it, because again, it is a re-release of a 2006 classic, and obviously somebody was checking for it, even if it wasn't me or it wasn't you. Somebody was checking for these, and Jordan Brand felt there was a need to deliver the Flint 7s to us after 15 years. Not sure who they're for, but if they're for you, go get the shoe. I'm out.